Hey, what's up, man? Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. All right, in this video, I'm gonna tell you how to get rid of your dad bod, all right? I'm gonna give you my best tips. I'm gonna give you 10 of them. So how to get rid of your dad bod if you have it. More than likely, if you're a man over 40, unfortunately, it's crept up on you and you have a dad bod, all right? Typically what happens is it starts gradual. You don't even notice it, but it just almost snowballs overnight. And before you know it, it seems like it's too late to do anything about it. All right, if you want to get rid of all the crap on your body, you want to start feeling good again, you want to start looking in the mirror and liking the dude that's staring back at you, then implement these tips and it's going to make a big difference. All right, some of these tips I'm sure you've heard before, but guess what? Some of these I know you haven't. It's just some of the strategies I've implemented over the years that I've learned through working with different clients. All right, so the first thing is gonna be just eliminating processed foods. All right, start with eliminating all that crap. Processed foods are full of toxins, chemicals, estrogens designed to make you fat, designed to make you sluggish, designed to age your body. So that's the last thing you want, because the higher your estrogen levels, the lower your testosterone levels. So eliminate all the processed foods, and that's going to help already. Eliminate that, replace it with good, nutritious, whole foods. Foods that you make at home. That way you know what you're putting into your body. So that's gonna be the first tip, and very important tip. The next one is eat lean protein every 3 hours. A couple reasons for that. One is protein is a building block, man. It's what builds muscle. It's what repairs the body. It's required for longevity, and you want to eat it every 3 hours because of the thermic effect. It's of all the three macros, you got protein, you've got carbs, you've got fats. It's got the highest thermic effect of feeding, meaning when you eat it, your body burns more calories to break it down and assimilate the nutrients from it. So that equates to more fat burn just by eating protein. So if you're eating protein every 3 hours, you're feeding your muscle and you're burning calories. So, hey, killing two birds with one stone. You're doing great things by eating more protein. And 30 grams should keep you covered, because it kind of depends on how much you weigh, how much lean muscle mass you have, all of those things as to whether you need about 25 grams to 40 grams. So keeping 30 every 3 hours is going to be optimal for your protein synthesis, for the high thermic effect of the feeding and all of those things. So that's perfect. Number two. Number three is limit alcohol consumption. All right, that's probably easy for some of you guys, but really difficult for some of you other guys. I work with so many different people. Some guys are non-drinkers. I don't drink at all, don't need to. But I know a lot of guys that have to drink daily or at least weekly. All right, so for the duration of, let's say, the next 12 weeks, limit it, all right? Very few. If you've got a special occasion, you've got a birthday or celebration of some sort, and you have to have alcohol to celebrate, then just do it for those occasions, all right? But try to limit it any other time, especially with your goal being getting rid of the dad bod, because the last thing you want to do is keep that crap around the midsection and just the depressant that it is. So it causes a lot of complications for men that are already overweight, have low testosterone levels. If you're dealing with all of these things, you've got all these inner battles going on, the last thing you need to do is feed it, fuel it with alcohol, all right? So that's the third one. The fourth tip is earn your complex carbohydrates. So when I say earn complex, that means you do need to eat complex carbohydrates. There's a lot of diets out there, a lot of methodologies that are completely doing away with carbs. However, as an older guy, you need carbs for optimal function, for optimal hormone production, all right? If I can get it out. So you want to make sure you're eating carbs. However, you need to earn them. Eat the complex carbs on the days you're going to be doing resistance training, which we'll touch on in a minute. That's going to be another tip. But you want lean protein sources. Again, you've gotten rid of the processed foods, gotten rid of the alcohol. So you want good lean quality protein sources from chicken, fish, turkey, grass-fed beef, eggs. All of those are going to be really good sources, all right? And you want good fibrous carbs, all your veggies. So you want your asparagus, your broccoli, cauliflower, green leafy veggies. All of those are fibrous carbs. You want your essential fats. Those are going to be crucial for hormone production. So the yolks and the eggs, that's got the right type of fats, good cholesterol. It's going to help boost testosterone levels. Same with the fat and grass-fed beef. You want fat and grass-fed beef. And you also want some good oils. I mean, you've got fish oil, coconut oil, which is a medium chain triglyceride oil. And those are really good oil sources. Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil is one of the better ones as well. Some good nut sources, Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts, cashews, almonds. All of those types of oils are going to help. Oils and fats, all those types of fats are going to help with your optimal hormone production. Now we're getting into the complex carbs. On the days you're doing resistance training, you don't want the processed carbs. You don't want the crappy carbs. You don't want the pastries and sugars, all the stuff full of empty calories. But you do want rice, all right? And it doesn't matter what type of rice. Brown rice, white rice, jasmine rice, which happens to be my favorite. Potatoes, white potatoes, red potatoes, yellow potatoes, yams, sweet potatoes. All of those are good sources. Oatmeal, even some gluten-free bread, man. You can do some really good types of carbs. Quinoa is another good source. But those are the types of carbs, even fruits, especially on days you work out. So some good fruits are full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. So you're gonna get a lot of benefits by adding all of these good clean foods, all the macronutrients, and it's gonna help you boost your hormone levels, boost your metabolism, and boost your recover ability. All of that is gonna help you do away with that dad bod, all right? And it's gonna help quick. After earning the carbs, all right, you're earning the carbs. Another tip you may not have heard of before because it's one that I've utilized for years. Eat a green leafy salad prior to your meals, all right? 2 or 3 meals a day. It's gonna help tremendously, believe me. So one of the main reasons is the satiation effect. So you're gonna get the fiber in it. It's gonna get you full. You're gonna feel satisfied. Also, that's gonna go with hydration. Stay hydrated. Those two are 2 separate tips, but I'm putting them together because drink your water while you're eating your green leafy veggies. And basically what I do with my green leafy veggies is I do vinegar and oil. That's it. So about 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and some vinegar, balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper if you want it, and mix that up real good and eat that prior to eating your meal. So eat your green leafy salad with olive oil and vinegar. Drink you a glass of water with it, 8 to 10 ounces of water with it. Then eat your food. You're not gonna eat near as much. So that's one of the big benefits, all right? So a couple more benefits from doing that, but I don't wanna go into that much detail right now. Basically just know if you do that prior to 2 or 3 meals a day, that's gonna help tremendously with your fat loss. So that's one of the big deals, all right? All right, we touched on the hydration. Now GDAs, that's something you may or may not have heard of. Glucose disposal agents. So there's several different types. I've used chromium polynicotinate, RALA, and vanadyl sulfate. Those are 3 separate that I use. There's also some supplements. We've actually just come out with our own. So Anabolic Shred, it's gonna have all of those things in it. Plus we've added a few other cool ingredients that go with it to help benefit it, but help boost the results. Basically what a GDA is, like I said, it's a glucose disposal agent. So it mimics insulin in the body. So you actually want to take it prior to eating complex carbohydrates. So when you're eating complex carbs, insulin spikes. All right, depending on the type of carbs, if it's a high glycemic carb, it spikes high. Low glycemic, there's a small spike. However, this supplement mimics insulin in the body. So it's gonna do a lot of what insulin is supposed to do. So when you take this prior to the complex carb meals, you're not gonna get those big spikes, all right? So a lot of times what happens, you get a big spike, big drop, big spike, big drop. So then it puts you all over the map. The problem with the big insulin spikes is that creates fat storage. So if you're eating a bunch of crap, you get insulin spikes, then you're gonna start getting a body that is ready to store a lot of fat. So the GDAs actually help with the insulin so you don't have to get all these huge insulin spikes. So that's where the GDAs come from and where they benefit you tremendously with eliminating the dad bod. All right, next tip, we kind of touched on it briefly, but resistance training. All right, you need to do resistance training of some sort. And even if you can only do 3 days a week. So let's say you're only doing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something like that. Then focus on compound multi-joint lifts, squats, deadlifts, bench press, pull-ups, overhead press. So you got 5 exercises there. That's not a lot, but you want to shoot for 3 sets of each, 8 to 12 reps. 8 to 12 is heavy enough to elicit more growth hormone, more testosterone, and boost your metabolism as well. 8 to 12 is more of a hypertrophy range. So you're actually going to focus on building muscle. Building muscle, again, longevity. So it's one of those things that the more muscle you have, the more active your body is going to be, the more calories you're going to be burning. So that's a big benefit to muscle. Plus you look better, man. Look better, feel better, you're stronger, you're more agile. It does so many different things when you add muscle to your body. Adding muscle, getting rid of fat. So you're doing those two simultaneously, so you're going to get tremendous benefits. So again, it doesn't take long. If you're doing those 5 exercises, 3 sets of 8 to 12, that's about 45 minutes, man. It's a 45-minute workout, 3 days a week. So it shouldn't be too hard for you to do. All right, next tip, if I can get to it. Next tip is a 2-part tip. So I want you to do 3 HIIT workouts per week. When I say HIIT, let's say sprints. I like sprinting, and sprinting can mean a lot of different things. You can go to a track and sprint. You can sprint on a bicycle outside. You can be in a gym or at your house, have access to a recumbent bike, an upright bike, Peloton bike, any type of bike, or even a rower. Rowers are great for sprinting, all right? So the way you're gonna structure your sprints, 20 seconds, all out intensity. Go as hard as you can for 20 seconds, and then coast or rest for 40 seconds. So if you're outdoors, you're sprinting for 20, and then you're walking for 40. Sprinting for 20, walking for 40, all right? And start with 5 intervals. So that's only 5 minutes. You know, you can do a little warm up first, warm up your little hips before you just go straight into a sprint. Warm up your hips a little bit, do 1 jog, about a 400-meter jog around the track, then get into your sprints. But 5 minutes is all it's gonna take 3 times per week. You can progress gradually over the next 8, 10, 12 weeks. Start with a 5 minute, then add 6 minutes, 7 minutes. You can get up to 15 minutes. I don't usually recommend more than 15-minute sprints for guys that are just trying to get back in shape, guys that are trying to get rid of the dad bod. Sprinting is gonna build muscle, it's gonna burn fat, so you're getting a tremendous benefit just from doing sprints. So again, it can be any of those machines or any type of outdoor sprint. All right, I said 3. You don't really want back-to-back days of sprinting. So once again, if you can do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something similar to that, just have a rest day in between. All right, so 3 high-intensity interval training days, sprint days, 4 active recovery days. So you're doing something, you're doing some kind of movement, some kind of activity 7 days a week. The 4 active recovery days are simple. You're basically allowing your body to recover. You're not going all out intensity, so you're walking around the block, walking around the neighborhood, and not just around the block unless you have a massive block, because you want to walk for about 30 minutes, all right? 30 to 45 minutes. It's kind of depending on you. You don't want to go super fast paced, walk your dogs. Again, go to the park and walk. Just do some type of active recovery. Something that's going to allow some blood flow to continue through your body. That's going to help speed up the recovery process from all the intense workouts anyways. All right, that's 9 tips. I told you 10. Last one is extremely important, but very overlooked. It's priority sleep. Prioritize your REM sleep, your rapid eye movement sleep, your deep sleep, the sleep to where you're in your dream state. 7 to 9 hours of that. How do you do that? A couple ways to do that. 1, make sure the setting is perfect. Lights off. We're all different, but here's how I like it. Completely dark, super cold, fan blowing on my face. I like the fan noise. I like the cold. I like the dark. And eliminate all distractions about an hour prior to going to bed. That means your phone. That means the TV. That means everything. If you want to read a book or if you want to pray, you want to meditate, whatever you do that prior to going to bed, but eliminate the electronics. All right, that's one of the hardest things for people, especially older men, man. I even struggle with it at times, but if it creeps into my lack of sleep, then I make it a priority, because a lot of times what happens is you got your phone by your bed, you're looking at it prior to going to bed. You're reading crap, you're looking through stuff. You lay it down, turn the lights off, and guess what? Your mind is processing everything you just read or everything you just saw. So it's not ready to get into that deep sleep. You may go to sleep, but then you start tossing and turning. You're not hitting that deep sleep. The deep sleep is what you need, because that's where your growth hormone is going to be released, all right? You need more growth hormone for recovery, your repair, replenishment, muscle building, all of those things. That's what you want. And you also want a decrease in cortisol, which also happens in your deep sleep. So lower cortisol levels, higher testosterone levels, all of those things, all right? So really focus on prioritizing that sleep. If you need help, then look into a supplement with the ZMA, zinc and magnesium aspartate. ZMA will actually help you get into that deep sleep. So it's one of those things that most men, most people in general, but especially us older guys, are deficient in those two minerals, zinc and magnesium. So if you start putting those back into your body, even through supplementation, about 30 to 45 minutes prior to bed, it's gonna help you get into that deep sleep. So it's not gonna help you go to sleep like melatonin or some of those other things are supposed to do. But once you get to sleep, it helps you get into deeper sleep. It may take a few days, it may take a few weeks for you, but it does work. And just take it consistently and you'll start getting better sleep. You're gonna start getting more growth hormone release, and all these other amazing things are gonna start happening when that happens. So, all right, man, I hope this video helps you guys out. Like I said, it's 10 tips. It's a lot of tips, and probably more than 10, because I gave you a tip 9A and a 9B. I did that a couple times, but basically if you implement these things, implement these strategies, techniques, then you're gonna start getting rid of that fat around your gut. You're gonna start feeling better, looking better, and just being in a better mood, man. So that makes a big difference, because when you have low testosterone levels, which happens when you have a dad bod, you know, that's one of the reasons you have a dad bod. Your testosterone levels dropped, fat increased, other things increased. And a lot of times that leads to anxiety, depression, all these other mental issues, all right? And by boosting testosterone, by getting fat off your body, you start eliminating some of that crap, the depression, the anxiety, and start boosting confidence again and feeling better, feeling younger, feeling like yourself again, which is my goal for you, man. I want you to get back to feeling the way you used to feel before you got the dad bod. And if you're one of those guys that just never felt great, because right after high school, you went straight into college and started drinking alcohol, you gained a buttload of weight, and you never felt good again, then I want you to feel better than you've ever felt, man. Create your best self, the best self you've ever been. And then that's gonna be tremendous for your mental transformation. Not only are you gonna look better physically, but you're gonna feel so much better. It's just an amazing transformation, man. But guys, if you have any questions, comment below, let me know. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up so I know you liked it. And other than that, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.